You have your notes, my notebook, my ball pen, especially calculator is required here. Pag kayo ay hindi kayo makiki-operate dito, I do believe hindi kayo makakasagot sa ating quiz number 1, which is i-conduct natin on our next face-to-face meeting. Ulitin ko ha, our quiz number 1 will be on our face-to-face meeting. Kaya makinig kayong mabuti sa i-discuss ko all about combustion. So, here, for combustion, so start tayo with the introductions of combustion. Sige nga, pabasa naman ako ng ating definition for combustion. Okay. Kier. Pabasa ko, Kier. Attendance, please kindly check.
Combustion is a chemical reaction that takes place in a bird fuel with pressure of air.
Again. Other one. Tuloy, Kier. Tuloy.
Combustion is a reaction between a fuel such as wood, coal, etc. and an oxidant, usually oxygen in the air. More simply, it's what happens when a substance is heated and reaction with oxygen to release energy. In the case of fire, that energy is usually in the form of heat, but can also be light and sound. Fire, on the other hand, is tutuloy po ko sa fire.
Yep.
Fire, on the other hand, is a result of the process of combustion. At its simplest, combustion is what starts a fire. Fire is what happens when combustion has occurred.
Okay. Wait lang ha, hindi pala ako makapag-edit kapag, ito ako makapagsulat kapag hindi siya naka-PowerPoint. Convert ko lang sa PowerPoint. Give me a minute. Lagi na lang may interruption. Ayan, sige. Okay na to. Allow me again to share my screen. Kindly confirm if may nakikita na again na screen.
Meron na po.
Okay. So here, sabi nga ni Kier kanina, ang combustion daw is a reaction between fuel, air, and heat. So sa ating combustion, you cannot create combustion or you cannot create fire without the three elements of this one. So no kinakailangan, present ang air, present ang fuel, and present of ang heat. Example, wala yung fuel. Fire cannot be occurred. Hindi magkakaroon ng fire without fuel. Kumbaga, yung combustion will not happen if one of the element is not present. Ano ba yung air? Di ba? Sa air natin, alam natin that the combination of air is yung ating oxygen and nitrogen. Tama ba ako? Oxygen and nitrogen. Ngayon, sabi dito sa combustion, ang kinoconsider lang natin na element ng air is yung oxygen. Bakit kaya oxygen lang yung kinoconsider natin at bakit hindi na kinoconsider yung nitrogen? Anyone? Salazar.
Reactant po yung yung oxygen po.
Very good. No, pag sinabi natin oxygen, ito ay reactant. Active to. Reactive. Ito ay active. Meaning to say, ito yung nagpo-produce ng reaction in order to create fire. Active to. And ito, nitrogen, hindi to active. Kumbaga, you cannot produce fire using nitrogen. Kumbaga, di ba pansin nyo sa table of elements sa ating chemist, doon sa table of elements, doon sa mga group ng halogens, ando din yung tama nga helium, nitrogen, so on and so forth. So those noble gases are not non-reactive. Kung it is one is a reactive, ang nitrogen natin is non-reactive. Pag sinabing non-reactive, mga tamad to. Ito ay tamad silang mag-produce ng fire. So wala silang capability in order to produce fire. Kaya oxygen lang yung i-consider natin. So sa fuel, balik tayo dito sa, okay na tayo sa air, may oxygen and nitrogen. Ngayon dito sa fuel, di ba ang isipin ninyo, ang fuel is puro gases. No, no. Dito, in order to create fire, may different types of fuel tayong sinusunod. May state, may solid, may liquid, and may gas. Hindi lang isipin natin na fuel is only gases. Also, in order to produce fire, solid and liquid is considered. Example, ang fuel ba ang wood ba can be considered as fuel? Yes or no? May capability ba siya to produce fire?
Yes po, sir.
Ang plastic, ito ba ay type of fuel? Hey guys,
Yes po, sir.
yes, no.
Yes
So
po.
lahat ng mga materials which is a combustible, pasulat na lang ako ha, which is a combustible materials, those are considered as a fuel. Maliwanag? So hindi lang dapat diesel ha, hindi lang gas. Lahat ng mga combustible materials are considered as a fuel. Goods, solid, liquid, or gas. And next, yung heat. Ano ba yung heat? Ano ba yung subscription ng heat sa thermodynamics? Ano yung subscription ng heat sa thermodynamics? Engineers. Di ba? Siya ay Q. No? So sa Q, meron tayong Q added, QR, or pwede rin na Q in, Q out. So dito sa heat, malawak to. In order to produce heat, may mga consideration tayo. Example, pressure, friction. Ano pa ba? Yung match. Ano yung match? Example dun sa posporo. Di ba sa posporo, kahit hindi natin gamitan ng fuel, nakakapag-produce tayo ng heat. Tama, di ba? So those are considered as heat. Kumbaga dito, pwede lang natin lagyan ng spark. No? Kaya nga sinasabi ko sa mga student before, kailangan yung three elements is air, fuel, and spark. Kasi yung spark is considered as heat. So yung mga ATAS, considered din yun as heat. Yung traditional way of creating heat, creating fire. Di ba dun sa bamboo stick, halimbawa, di ba hindi sila gumagamit ng mga fuels para makapag-produce ng fire? They are also, ang ginagawa lang nila is to do friction and pressure. So habang tumataas yung pressure, kapag kinikiskis nila yung kawayan as a source of fuel, nakakapag-produce sila ng heat through friction and through pressure. No, nagkakaroon ng spark. So, yung mga ATAS are also considered nakakapag-produce yan ng heat based doon sa fuel nila as yung bamboo stick. Okay? Maliwanag sa air, fuel, and heat. Maliwanag sa tatlo.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
Sige nga, question niya para mas kung talagang naiintindihan itong principle ng combustion. Okay. Sige si Brent. First Brent.
Yes po.
Ito si Brent. Okay, ini-English dito sa chat. Ang sabi ko lang naman mag-sample. Ano nga, Brent? Okay, Brent. I would like to ask, halimbawa, tanggalin natin yung air, palitan natin ng other elements. Could you think combustion can happen? All will occur. Mag-o-occur ba ang combustion kapag halimbawa pinalitan natin ng elements? Yung air?
Hindi po, sir.
Yan. No. Hindi po pwede. Hindi pwedeng palitan. Kahit anong ipalit nyo dyan. So, combustion cannot happen. always take note that the three elements of air is air, fuel, and spark or heat. So tatandaan niyo yan ano. So dito, proceed tayo with combustion. So combustion can be classified as internal combustion and external combustion engine. So let us talk about first of internal combustion engine muna. No? So for external combustion engine, this take place in atmosphere air or an open surface. So the most common external combustion takes place in a pile of fuel or coal. Due to excessive heat, when air strikes the pile, the so-called spontaneous combustion occur. Meaning to say, itong external combustion engine, ito yung mga na-discuss natin before or na-discuss ng inyong mga professor before sa thermodynamics. Kung matatandaan ninyo yung ating steam cycle, diba sa steam cycle may boiler? At lahat ng mga dinidiscuss ko, possible, makasama to sa exam. Diba may boiler? May steam turbine? May condenser? At saka, may condenser, sorry, and may pump. No? May pump. Wait lang. Hindi ko madrawing yung pump. May condenser and may pump. Mag-focus tayo dito sa boiler. So, ang external combustion engine is itong steam power cycle is one of the example of the external combustion engine. Bakit? Sabi nga sa definition, yung combustion is happen or occurred outside the combustion chamber. Since yung turbina natin, yung steam turbine natin is here, kasi yung steam natin dito will come from the boiler. Dito sa boiler natin, syempre, meron ditong coal. For example, this coal is the source of ang coal natin, ito yung element of fuel element. And then syempre, through air and fuel, makakapag-produce ng combustion. So, syempre dito ang main ang main fluid natin dito, ang fluid natin dito is water. 'Di ba? Water to. So, syempre, bago umandar yung steam, ang kailangang i-produce ng boiler is steam. So, through the help of the coal, no? So, steam will generate and then papasok dito sa steam turbine. Kumbaga, yung cylinder is outside doon sa engine. Diba yung fluid, yung combustion is happen outside the engine. Kasi yung combustion natin is nangyari dito sa boiler, hindi naman sa steam turbine. Maliwanag? Maliwanag ang external combustion engine. Yung combustion is happen outside the engine or outside the cylinder. Kaya ito, ang magandang example na external combustion engine is a steam power cycle. Maliwanag po for the external combustion engine? Hey guys.
Yes po.
Okay. So, sige. Next, proceed tayo with the internal combustion engine. So sabi dito, internal combustion engine applies to most engine, big or small. An internal combustion engine is a heat engine that converts chemical energy in a fuel into a mechanical energy usually made available on a rotating shaft. So chemical energy of the fuel is first converted to thermal energy by means of combustion or oxidation with air inside the engine. So this thermal energy raises the temperature and pressure of the gases within the engine, and the pressure of the gases expands against the mechanical mechanism of the engine. This expansion is converted by the mechanical linkages of an engine to a rotating crankshaft, which is the output of the engine. The crankshaft in turn is connected to transmission to transmit the rotating mechanical energy to the desired final use. Most internal combustion engine are reciprocating engine having pistons and move back and forth in cylinders internally within the engine. Wait lang. Wait lang ha. Sige, again, para hindi tayo masyadong entire screen na lang. Okay, kindly confirm if may nakikita kayong shared screen. Hey, engineers, kindly confirm if may nakikita kayong shared screen.
Meron po, sir.
Okay.
Meron po.
Okay, so sige, sabi sa definition, and most internal combustion engines are reciprocating engine having pistons and move back and forth in cylinders internally within the engine. Sir, ano po yung pinakamagandang example? Paano namin maiintindihan itong internal combustion engine at ano yung pinagkaiba ng internal combustion engine sa external combustion engine? Ang internal combustion engine is, example, is like a diesel engine. Diba sa diesel engine? Example sa mga sasakyan naman. Kung kanina power cycle sa mga sasakyan. Halimbawa, may engine. May engine. Ngayon, syempre sa engine ito may cylinder. First time kong magawa ng jam, mahirap pala siya. Paano mag-delete? Erase. Ulit, sorry. Magandang example is yung mga engine sa sasakyan. Halimbawa, may cylinder. Ngayon, kadalasan, ang internal combustion engine, ang pinakamagandang example niyan is yung mga sasakyan. Yung combustion is happen during combustion is happen sige, sabihin ko na lang ha, ang combustion ay nagaganap inside the cylinder. Paano sir magaganap inside the cylinder? Halimbawa, dito sa engine, meron ditong valve, inlet valve. Papasok dito yung air and mixture, and then meron ditong piston. Ngayon, ang main goal, syempre, papasok muna yung working fluid natin which is air and mixture, air and fuel, o combination ng air and fuel. And then ngayon, ang main goal niya, meron ditong pag air and fuel, meron ditong device which is a spark plug. So, ang main goal nito, itong piston, i-move ng piston yung air and fuel pataas in order to compress. Example, nandito na yung piston, i-compress niya. And then, itong device na to, which is the spark plug, ang main goal nito is to produce spark, di ba, sa heat, in order to produce heat. And once na makapag-explode to, once na ito ay makapag-produce ng spark, mag-explode yung air and fuel, tataas yung pressure, tataas yung temperature. Then ngayon, itong air and fuel makakapag-produce ng combustion. Okay? So yung tinatawag nating internal combustion engine. Yung working fluid natin is inside the cylinder and the combustion happens also in this equipment. Maliwanag. Kumbaga, ang combustion ay nagaganap inside the combustion chamber. Maliwanag po pagdating sa internal combustion engine. Engineers.
Yes, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
May sagot kayo kasi
Yes
pag
po,
di
sir.
nyo naintindihan,
Yes po.
ay iuulitin ko. Paano hindi ako marunong ganun. Okay. Sige. Next one. Basahin natin yung sunod. Alam ko na pinagkaiba ng internal combustion engine sa external combustion engine. Ang combustion, sa internal combustion engine, combustion occurs, ganun lang kasimple, combustion occurs inside the cylinder. However, on the external combustion engine, the combustion occurs outside the cylinder or outside the engine. No, inside the engine or a combustion chamber or outside the engine. Maliwanag po.
Yes po.
Oh,
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
sige. Proceed tayo with the next one. Let us talk about the difference between the internal combustion engine and the external combustion engine. So first, ang combustion of fuel takes place inside the cylinder. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, combustion happens inside the cylinder. Dito, combustion of fuel takes place outside the cylinder. Kung ang engine natin is steam turbine, yung combustion is happen muna in the boiler in order to produce steam. The second one, temperature and pressure is higher. Dito naman, temperature and pressure is lower. Bakit? Bakit mas mataas yung temperature and pressure niya compared dito sa external combustion engine? Bakit? Diba? Tingin kayo dito sa picture natin, sa first photo natin. Ito is classified as internal combustion engine and this one is classified as external combustion engine. Or kahit dito na lang pala, external to and then internal combustion engine. Paano natin masasabi or mapuprove natin na mas mataas yung temperature and pressure ng ice kaysa sa ese? Dito, yung combustion is happen only in one equipment or only in one auxiliary, which is the gas engine. The gas engine or in the cylinder. However, dito syempre dito, sobrang taas ng pressure and temperature. Pagdating dito, sa ating external combustion engine, kung mapapansin ninyo, may coal dito, may coal. And then, yung coal nakapag-produce ng fire due to combustion. Ngayon, ang working fluid dito sa combustion chamber or dito sa cylinder is water. So, ang pinroduce niya is steam. Di ba, hindi naman connected yung combustion chamber na to or yung cylinder dito sa coal na to. So, ngayon, yung heat that is being produced by the coal is pupunta dito sa ating combustion chamber. So, ngayon, dito pa lang makakapag-produce ng heat. Diba? Yung heat and pressure that is being produced here in the boiler, pagpapunta dito sa piston, pag nag-travel siya, di ba may mga losses? So, pag may mga losses, so that means bumababa yung temperature and pressure niya. Kaya mas mataas talaga yung pressure and temperature ng internal combustion engine sa external combustion engine. Bakit? Diba? Makakapag-produce tayo dito ng mechanical energy, ng heat energy. So yung heat energy that will move from the piston is much lower compared dito sa internal combustion engine. Okay? The next one, the working fluid may be petrol, diesel, or various type of gases. Kadalasan, sa ating internal combustion engine, ang ginagamit natin is yung gasoline engine, or gasoline, or yung diesel. Yun yung mga kadalasan ginagamit natin na working fluid pagdating para makapag-produce ng heat sa internal combustion engine. On the other hand, pag sa external combustion engine, ang working fluid natin is steam. Lagi ang working fluid is steam. Laging may boiler, lagi siyang may boiler, and then yung boiler, meron dito coal or any form of fluid, any form of fuels pala. Like, yun nga, pwede ding diesel, no? Pwede rin namang diesel. Yun nga lang, yung fluid na ilalabas ng boiler is steam. And then, it is a compact and occupies less space. Dito, more space. O kung mapapansin nyo dito sa dalawang picture natin, sa ice at saka sa ese. Sa ese, kung mapapansin nyo, yung space niya dito sa example, sa train, is it requires more space compared dito sa internal combustion engine. Kasi dito, sa internal combustion engine, in order to produce combustion, isa lang, engine lang, gas engine lang, or gas turbine lang, isang cylinder lang, which is the gas engine. Capital cost is relatively low and capital cost is relatively high. Bakit? Paano natin masasabi na the capital cost is relatively low in terms of internal combustion engine? For example, in order to produce combustion, ang gagamitin lang naman natin dito is itong 4-stroke diesel engine. Dito, example lang 4-stroke diesel engine. Isang engine lang or isang equipment. Dito sa external combustion engine, ang gagamitin dito madami. May coal, may boiler, may mga pipe, no, na magta-transfer ng steam papunta dito sa piston. Aside from the piston, though may mga crankshaft din naman dito, so mas madami yung mga auxiliaries or equipment ng external combustion engine compared dito sa internal combustion engine. The next one, sa internal combustion engine, do not require any auxiliary equipment. Dito, requires auxiliary components such as boiler and condenser. Yun na nga. And costlier fuel, cheaper fuel. Siyempre, kung papansinin nyo naman, ang maganda lang naman dito sa external combustion engine, yung fuel niya is somehow low in terms of cost compared dito sa internal combustion engine. Kasi mas mahal ang gas kaysa sa coal, di ba? So kaya mas sinabing mas mahal yung fuel na gagamitin dito sa internal combustion engine. But the starting of the engine is easy and quick. Dito is starting of the engine is required time. So dito madaming process in order to produce combustion. It takes a lot of time to produce combustion. However, dito sa internal combustion engine, mabilis lang. During 4 stroke, makakapag-produce ka na in one equipment, which is the 4-stroke diesel engine. Dito is more efficient. Dito is less efficient. Sir, bakit po mas mataas yung efficiency or thermal efficiency ng internal combustion engine compared dito sa external combustion engine? Bakit? Kasi, una pa lang, yung design sa internal combustion engine is simple compared dito sa external combustion engine. Masyadong complex yung design nito. 'Di ba? One of the factor in order to create a better efficiency is the design. No, napakasimple ng design in order to produce combustion. And also, i-consider din natin is yung type of fuel. A diesel is much good compare to example sa external combustion engine to coal. Diga kaya mas mahal nga mas mahal yung diesel kaysa sa coal. Kasi yun nga, based sa market, mas mahal yung diesel kaysa sa coal. Kaya in terms of efficiency, isang factor din is yung ginagamit na fuel. So mas maganda talagang, mas tataas talaga yung efficiency natin kapag ang gagamitin nating fuel is quality, kumbaga mas kalidad na yung fuel na ginagamit natin sa internal combustion engine. And lastly, the power developed per unit of weight of this engine is high and the power developed per unit weight of this engine is low. Siyempre, pagtaas ng efficiency, pagtaas ng power, ganun lang kasimple. Pag tumaas yung efficiency, siyempre, mas mataas yung power na nadidevelop. Okay? Maliwanag po kung anong pinagkaiba ng internal combustion engine sa external combustion engine. Maliwanag?
Yes po, sir.
Sir,
Do you have questions regarding the differentiations of internal combustion engine to external combustion engine?
Wala pa naman po.
Others po.
Wala pa naman po, sir.
Okay, goods.
Wala naman po,
Naiintindihan
sir.
kung ano pinagkaiba ng dalawa? So makakasagot sa exam? Engineers?
Yes po.
Yes
Okay.
po.
Sige. Ngayon, di ba yung external combustion engine is discussed in our thermodynamics too. For example, yung steam cycle. Mag-focus tayo sa combustion engineering sa internal combustion engine only. So there are different classifications of internal combustion engine. The first one is according to the number of strokes. So sa number of strokes, master, wait lang. Okay, according to the number of stroke, there are two types of the number of strokes, no, of the internal combustion engine. The 2-stroke engine and the 4-stroke engine. Actually, madami. Meron yung 8 No. Sige, dito na lang tayo mag-focus. According to two-stroke and four-stroke. So ano po yung pinagkaiba ng two-stroke engine sa four-stroke engine? So i-discuss natin yan ng mas malawak. So pag sa two-stroke engine, according to the number of stroke, two-stroke and four-stroke. Punta muna tayo with the two-stroke. No, yung design ng two-stroke engine and four-stroke engine is different. So is different. Sa two-stroke engine, no, ang combustion nito occurs only in one revolution. Dito is two revolution. Ilan yung how many what is the equivalent of one revolution? Engineers. Ilang meron sa isang revolution? Ano ba yung one revolution? Sige nga. Anyone? What do you mean by one revolution? Isang ikot, di ba? Tama ka? Isang ganto.
Yes po.
Isang ganyan. Dito, sa first stroke, dalawang revolution, dalawang 360 degrees ang gagawin natin in order to produce electricity, in order to produce combustion. So, for example, meron tayo dito cylinder. Ngayon, meron ditong piston. Meron ditong connecting rod. Oh. Pasensya na sa drawing na. Hindi ako sanay. Halimbawa, this is the outlet. And then, this is the inlet. Iba-iba yung design ha. Iba-iba ang design ng engine na gagamitin. Example, ganito yung gusto kong design. So, ang two revolution is composed of two-stroke. Ang two-stroke is composed of one revolution lang. Meaning to say, ito ka dito, may crank. Ito ay, yung crank na, itong connecting rod is hindi tuwid dyan. Yan ay, tuwid dyan. Or minsan pwedeng tuwid, minsan hindi. Sabihin natin na halimbawa ito ay may angle. Delete. May angle to. Halimbawa, may angle. Para, halimbawa, nandito. Tapos, yan, nakaganan. No, i-imagine nyo, nagro-rotate ito pabilog. Naiintindihan ka? Yung drawing ko, yung connecting rod is, ang paikot niya is pabilog. Naiintindihan? Goods? Naiintindihan ka?
Yes po.
Pabilog. Pabilog yung hindi straight, pabilog. Ngayon, example, sabihin natin, ang inlet is combination ng air and fuel. Halimbawa, this one is a gasoline engine. Halimbawa, gasoline engine yung type ng ating engine. Kasi may diesel engine, may gasoline engine. So, pag gasoline engine, yung inlet niya is air and fuel. So, papasok dito yung air. Since two-stroke, dalawang stroke lang. Ang first stroke is, dito ko na nga ilagay, ang first stroke, sorry na, first time kong magani. Okay. Ang first stroke is combination ng suction and compression. Paano, sir? Papasok yung air and fuel. Papasok dito. No. So, no pala. Kapag pumasok yung air dito, kasi halimbawa, na nagkaroon ng power stroke, nandirito yung ating engine, nandirito yung ating cylinder. Stress ako mag-drawing. Nandiyan yung piston natin. Papasok yung air, and then yung combustion occurs. No? And then, once the combustion occurs, yung heat that is being generated is lalabas. Naiintindihan ba ga? Second stroke. ganito ang magiging drawing niyan. Pag second stroke, ganito, di ba outlet to? Ito ay inlet. Ang second stroke is exhaust. And then, suction, suction and compression. Tama. Exhaust and discharge. Hindi, discharge is exhaust. Wait. Power and exhaust. Okay. Yun yung first stroke. Ang second stroke, ganito. Di ba, pag halimbawa, lumabas, nakapag-produce nung heat, pababa yung piston natin. Yung heat lalabas, yung air papasok. No, pag yung air pumasok, syempre, pag may lumabas dito, tataas to. Pag tumaas to, magkakaroon ulit ng power dito, magkakaroon ng combustion, lalabas. Kung bagay, dalawa lang. Pasok, kasabay ng pagpasok ay no. Power, suction, compression, and power. Andito, sa second stroke is exhaust lang. Ilalabas lang niya yung power na gawa dito sa combustion. Maliwanag Ulitin ko. Two stroke happens. Yan, halimbawa, may outlet, may inlet, may piston, may connecting rod. Pag pumapasok yung air and fuel dito, syempre, di ba, may papasok na air and fuel dito, nagkakaroon na dito ng combustion, nagkakaroon na ng power stroke. And then, since nakapag-produce, paano? Mali pa lang aking drawing. Kasi lalabas agad. O yan, halimbawa dito, nandiyan yung ating piston. Di ba pag kinocompress natin yung air dito, pag nag-enter dito yung air and fuel, syempre meron ditong compressed air fuel, magkakaroon ng combustion. Sir, possible po ba na meron pong mga air and fuel na lalabas dito? Yes, pwede. No, halimbawa yung iba is hindi talaga na-transfer lahat dito. Yung air and fuel possible lumabas dito. Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na inefficiency. So pag itong piston natin bumaba dito, no, pag bumaba siya, lalabas yung power na na-produce. Pag lumabas yung power na na-produce, yung mga air, papasok ulit dito, and then i-compress ulit ng piston, magkakaroon ng power, bababa ulit, lalabas. Maliwanag sa ating two-stroke. Kumbaga, ang first stroke is the combinations of the compression, and power stroke. And the second stroke is the exhaust stroke. Maliwanag po sa two-stroke and two-stroke gasoline engine. Hey guys. Okay, good.
Yes, po.
Again
Yes, sir.
pag two-stroke, dalawang stroke lang yung nagaganap. Yung compression and power, and the second one is the exhaust. Again, ulitin ko, air and fuel will enter while power stroke happens. No? Pag nag-enter dito yung air and fuel, kinocompress na agad niya, and then combustion happens after compression. Pag nagkaroon na ng combustion dito, syempre, mayroon ditong spark plug. Sasabog yan, mataas yung pressure, mataas yung temperature. Yung piston na ito, bababa ito. Kasi nga, mataas yung pressure, mataas yung temperature, nakapag-create ng combustion, bababa yung piston. Di kapag bumaba yung piston, lalabas yung heat energy. And then, syempre, pag may bumabang heat energy dito, yung mga air and fuel, meron kasi ditong other way na papasok dito. And then, ganun ulit. Pag may mga na-fill up na ulit na di ba, nandito yung piston. Pag na-fill up ulit yung air and fuel dito, i-compress, power, exhaust, labas. Okay, goods. Pagdating sa two-stroke.
Yes po, sir.
Yes, sir.
O ngayon, paano naman yung four-stroke? Wala pala akong definition. Pagdating sa four-stroke, ganito siya. Same lang din. Example, ang atin is a gasoline engine. Ngayon, may cylinder. Sabihin natin, ganito yung design. O pagpasensya nyo yung drawing ko. Ito is inlet. Ito ay outlet. Same din. May piston. So ganitong mangyayari ngayon pag sa four stroke. Sa four stroke. Di ba sa two stroke kanina, lagay ko lang dito, sa two stroke, isang revolution lang. Kumbaga, isang ikot lang noong connecting rod or ng crankshaft. Dito, dalawa. Two revolution. Sir, bakit po two revolution? Kasi sa first stroke, ibig sabihin, apat yung nangyayari. Una is suction. Pakilista ko ha. Suction, compression, power, and exhaust. So ito naman, mas i-detail ko naman itong first stroke na to sa susunod nating mga slides. Bigyan ko lang kaya ng idea kasi kailangan natin ma-differentiate yung two stroke and four stroke. Siyempre dito may valve, no? May valve yan. Yung air and fuel will enter at the inlet air and fuel. So siyempre, open yung valve nito kasi hindi naman makakapasok. Actually, itong piston natin, nandito pa yan. Nasa taas pa yan. Nasa taas pa yan. Kapag nasa taas pa yan kapag yung air and fuel will enter at the inlet. Diga, logic naman siya, no? Kapag pumasok dito yung air and fuel, itong piston natin, bababa. Tama ga ako? Naiintindihan nyo? Bababa to kasi mag-fill tayo i-occupy natin yung air and fuel inside the cylinder. So halimbawa, nakapag-fill tayo dito ng air and fuel. Ito dapat close, no? Kapag yung air and fuel, ikinalose natin, ipinasok natin dito, dapat yung outlet valve natin is close. Okay? So ngayon, dun pa lang, di ba, ang isang ganon ng connecting rod is 180 degrees. Nabivisualize ninyo? Nabivisualize nyo? Hey guys, isang ganito pa lang.
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Nagigets? Halimbawa, di ba, ito yung piston. Di ba, nung una, ganyan muna. Connecting rod, nasa taas. Nung naglagay tayo ng air and fuel, di ba ito, gaganto yan, bababa yan. So example, gumanto. Example lang ha. Gumanyan yung design. Kasi nagkaroon na ng air and fuel dito. Naiintindihan, nag-move yung connecting rod. So 180 lang muna yan. Naiintindihan ba ga? Engineers.
Yes po. Yes po. Yes po.
So ngayon, 180 na no. Nakapag fill up na tayo dito ng air and fuel mixture. Yung panibagong 180, ito, panibagong 180, gaganta yan. Siyempre, panibagong 180, nagiging ganito na siya. Kasi ito, i-compress niya yung air and fuel. So dapat, pag ikinompress natin yung air and fuel, this one is closed na. Tama ga? Closed na dapat to kasi i-compress natin. Kasi pag ito open pa, pag open pa to, lalabas ulit yung air and fuel, diga? Tama ga ako? Huy.
Yes po.
O yun. So dapat naka-close yan. Ngayon i-compress na natin. So dapat close din to, no? Pag kinompress natin yung air and fuel, syempre, yung ating piston dito, tataas. Kasi yung another 180 degree, yun yung magsaserve as another 180 degree. Kung ito, papaganto kanina dito, ngayon, yung piston natin umangat na. So, panibagong 180 degree. So, every suction pala consists of 180 degrees doon sa ating connecting rod. So, 180 degrees din to. So, kaya ito, suction and compression stroke is one revolution agad. Okay? Naintindihan ba ga?
Yes po.
Okay. Ngayon, sa power stroke, syempre, pag gasoline engine, meron tayong device dito which is spark plug. Ang main goal ng spark plug, yun nga, to produce heat. Spark nga, Since kinompress natin yung air and fuel dito, pag kinompress natin yan, mataas ang pressure, mataas ang temperature. And then, nagkaroon tayo dito ng device which is spark plug, baka kapag-produce yan ng power stroke. No? So sa power stroke, pag nakapag-produce yan ng power stroke, syempre, bababa ulit yung piston kasi kumbaga ay nag-boom. No, nagkaroon ng combustion. Syempre, pag nagkaroon ng combustion, itong piston na to, bababa ulit. Naiintindihan ka? Bababa ulit, no? And the heat is generated. Nakapag-produce ngayon ng heat during the compressed air and fuel and the spark plug. O ngayon, nakapag-produce. Syempre, itong piston bababa ulit. Parang gaganto, bababa ulit. Panibagong 180 degrees. And then ngayon, since ito ay heat na, power na, yung na-produce na dito, kumbaga yung nasa loob na ngayon is power, i-discharge natin yung heat or yung power. Siyempre, pag i-discharge natin siya, kailangan open yung valve. Still, ito ba'y open or close? Sa tingin ninyo, kapag tayo mag-discharge ng heat, what do you think? Close, no? So, kailangan close yan. So, siyempre, in order to discharge it, kailangan itong ating piston is paangatin ulit natin. No? Nung pinaangat natin, panibagong 180 degrees. Kaya, yung first stroke is considered as a 2 revolution with 4 happenings. 4 stroke that happens: suction stroke, compression, power stroke, and exhaust stroke. Kumbaga, di ba, sabi natin kanina sa 2 stroke, ito is 1 revolution lang. And then dito is 1 revolution. So dito, every stroke pala is 180 degrees. Maliwanag po sa pinagkaiba ng compression stroke at ng 2 stroke sa 4 stroke.
Yes po.
Do you have questions with regards to 2 stroke and 4 stroke? May question? Naiintindihan ang application ng 2 stroke and 4 stroke? Hey guys.
Yes po, sir. Yes po, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sir, ano pong reason bakit dinevelop itong 4-stroke and 2-stroke? Kasi dito, sa 2-stroke, yung kasing, yung, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, sa 2-stroke, yung mga nangyayari during combustion, yung air and fuel niya, yung combination ng air and fuel na pumapasok, sometimes lumalabas din. So nagkakaroon siya ng inefficiency. Kasi pag sa 4-stroke, di ba kung mapapansin nyo, very compact yung design. Walang lalabas. Walang lalabas na working fluid in the inlet. Kaya yun yung isa sa magandang way nung discovery ng 4-stroke. Kasi yung air and fuel, possible lumabas din sa outlet kapag 2-stroke. Pero dito sa 4-stroke, hindi nalalabas yung mga working fluid in the inlet valve. Maliwanag kung anong pinagkaiba ng 4-stroke sa 2-stroke at kung bakit mas magandang gamitin ang 4-stroke kaysa sa 2-stroke. Though, mas mabilis yung process, no? Talagang mabilis talaga yung process ng 2-stroke sa 4-stroke. Anong mas mabilis mag-produce ng combustion? 2-stroke or 4-stroke?
2-stroke po.
2-stroke, no? Kasi una pa lang, 1 revolution nga lang, sir, eh. Sa 1 revolution, 360 degrees lang. Di ba ang bilis po, sir, compared dun sa 4-stroke? So, mas mabilis, syempre, makapag-produce ng 2-stroke sa 4-stroke. Saan ba ginagamit yung mga 2-stroke? Sa mga small engines. Example, yung mga motorcycle before, yung mga power saw. Though, yung mga simple design, yun yung mga ginagamitan ng 2-stroke. Ano yung mga 4-stroke? Ang mga kadalasan 4-stroke, yung mga sasakyan, yung mga trucks, cars, yung mga considered as a 4-stroke. Okay, sige, proceed tayo with according to the fuel that is being used. sa internal combustion engine, petrol or gasoline. Yun nga, petrol or gasoline, diesel, and gas. According to the method of ignition, yun nga, spark plug and injector. Ang spark plug ay ginagamitan sa gasoline engine and sa injector is a diesel engine. Mas i-elaborate natin yung discussion ng spark plug at saka ng fuel injector sa mga susunod na slide. According to cooling system, air-cooled system, and water-cooled system for internal combustion engine. Sa internal combustion engine, according to the number of cylinders, may single cylinder, multi-cylinder. So dun sa example ko kanina, isang cylinder lang yun. Possible. Ito, isang cylinder lang. Meaning to say, may isang piston dito. May isang piston dito. So pag dalawa yung cylinder, dalawa din yung piston. So ganun lang. Actually, may mga 3 cylinders, 8 cylinders. So, depende sa type of application na gagamitin and the type of engine. So, nakadepende nun. Binigyan ko lang kayo ng example. Single cylinder, multi-cylinder, may 8, may 3, may 4, may 6. So, depende. According to the speed engine, may low speed, may medium speed, at saka may high speed. Sir, paano po namin ma-determine whether it is a low speed, medium speed, or high speed? Depending on the number of the cylinders. Depending on the number of, also depending on the engine, no, sa type of engine application. Kung halimbawa, sa mga sasakyan, so kailangan dyan is high speed engine. Hindi po pwede dyan yung low speed engine. Yung mga ano bang mga devices na ginagamitan ng low speed, siguro yung water dispenser is considered as a low speed engine. So mga ganun. Again, depende sa application ng engine. According to the arrangement of cylinder, meron tayo ditong horizontal, which from the word itself, yung cylinder natin is naka-horizontal. Kung mapapansin nyo dito, di lang masyadong kitang-kita. Pero kung mabibigyan ko kayo ng copy nito, yan. Yung cylinder natin dito is naka-horizontal. Inline engine, meaning to say, naka-vertical yung ating engine, nakaangat. Yung sa example ko kanina, those type is an inline engine. V-line engine. Pag V-line engine, naka-V, V-type. O, meron dito. Kumbaga papaganto yan. Okay? W engine. So, kapag W, papansin yung tatlo. W yan. And the radial engine, kapag halimbawa, ginagamitan ng circular. Kung mapapansin ninyo, yung ating cylinder is in radial form. So, those are considered as a radial engine. So, according to applications of the engine, yun nga, sabi ko nga sa inyo, yung speed of the engine is it depends on the applications of the engine. Marine engine, aircraft engine, automobile, stationary. Kadalasan mag-focus tayo sa automobile yan. According to the operations of cycle, auto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle. So yun yung mga i-discuss natin na lectures all about internal combustion engine for the competitions. So do you have question po regarding the classifications of the engine, especially yung 4-stroke engine and 4-stroke engine and 2-stroke engine? Do you have questions? Naiintindihan yung classifications ng engine?
Yes po, sir.
Internal
Yes, po,
combustion
sir.
engine pala.
Yes po.
Do you have questions so far?
Wala pa naman.
Wala po naman po.
Sige. Kung wala kayong question, our next topic, I think this is next topic natin, which is chapter 2, is all about the operating characteristics of reciprocating internal combustion engine. So, naku, yan. Mas kita ba? Kita nyo? Kita nyo yung drawing? Nababasa nyo?
Yes po.
Sir,
Okay. So, sige. Ngayon, mag-focus tayo sa 4-stroke since ang auto cycle, diesel cycle, and dual cycle is considered as a 4-stroke internal combustion engine. So ngayon, pag-uusapan natin, and those cycle is considered as reciprocating internal combustion engine. Yung 4-stroke po is considered as a reciprocating internal combustion engine. So, but before that, let us elaborate yung may tayo magano. Let us elaborate first itoong according to the method of ignition which is spark plug and fuel injector. Okay. Sa spark plug and fuel injector, ano ba yung pinagkaiba pala ng dalawa? So bago tayo magpunta sa parameters, no? So same lang din yan. For example, 4-stroke. Example lang ha, 4-stroke. Okay. Ito ay sasabihin ko na lang ha. Take note, this one is, itong application na to is kasama sa exam natin. Hindi ko ilalagay sa PowerPoint. Gusto ko kayo ang mag-take note ng mga sasabihin kong application ng two types of ignition, which is the spark ignition and the compression. No? So dito, ang tinatawag kasi natin na spark ignition is a gasoline engine. On the other hand, kapag compression ignition, ang tawag dyan is diesel engine. O, punta muna tayo sa gasoline engine. Ano ba yung gasoline engine? So, ang working fluid nito is, syempre, gasoline or petrol. Tatandaan na, for gasoline engine, ang working fluid is gasoline. From the word itself, gasoline engine. So, dito may intake and may exhaust valve. Pag gasoline, tatandaan, kapag gasoline engine, ang papasok na working fluid dito sa ating inlet valve is gas, solid, plus air. Yun yung papasok dito. Ngayon, kapag na-fill itong mixture which is air and gas, i-compress. Diba? I-compress niya to, no? I-compress ng piston pataas. Di ko na i-edit ha. Itataas. Ngayon, nalimbawa, nandito na yung piston. So, in order to produce combustion, gagamitan natin ng device which is yung spark plug. Ito. Ito yon. Gagamitan natin ng spark plug. No? Kung mapapansin nyo dito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, yung piston will move upward and then the device is spark plug. So in order to produce combustion, no, syempre mataas yung air fuel pressure and temperature niyan. Pag itong spark plug, gumana to, sumabog to, nagkaroon ng spark, combustion will happen. And then, syempre, combustion will happen, bababa yung cylinder and heat is generated. Once the heat is generated, yung heat will move to the exhaust line to discharge. Ganyan yung gasoline. No? Ganun lang, gasoline. Yung working fluid is air and gas. And ang device is spark plug. Ganun lang kasimple. Ulitin ko ha. Sa gasoline, ang type of fluid is gasoline. Ang inlet is air plus fuel, which is the gasoline. And power stroke happens when the air and fuel is compressed and there will be spark for the ignition, for the spark plug. Ay ganun lang. Paano pag diesel engine? Same lang din, 4-stroke. Halimbawa, 4-stroke. Ngayon, ang unang tatandaan ninyo, for the inlet, ang papasok, una muna, working fluid is diesel. Second, yung inlet, ang working fluid that will enter here at the inlet valve is only air. Again, only air. Ngayon, yung air will fill here in our combustion chamber or our cylinder. Kapag nakapag-fill na, magko-close to, di ba? Yung ating piston will move upward to compress. No? So, pag kinompress yan, hindi agad yung sasabog. So, habang kinocompress to, meron tayong device tayong tinatawag which is, ang tawag natin dito is fuel injector. injector ito. Fuel injector. Habang tumataas yung piston, ito. Once the piston moves upward and air is compressed, fuel is injected. Yung diesel is injected. And then, kapag na-reach na ni piston, yung top dead center, which is later ating i-discuss, pag yung piston na-reach niya yung certain height, fuel and air will explode. No, after 10 seconds, fuel will explode. Kasi, yung pressure and temperature niya is too much high. And then kapag hinaluan ng diesel dito sa fuel injector, sasabog siya. Same as dito sa gasoline, kapag nakapag-generate ng heat during the combinations of compressed air and injected diesel fuel, the piston will move backward, and after that, in order to discharge the heat that is being generated here, the outlet will open, and again the piston will move upward to discharge the heat. Okay? Maliwanag kung anong pinagkaiba ng gasoline engine sa diesel engine.
Yes po, sir.
Others po.
Yes po, sir.
Ay kasama yan sa exam, ha? You have to differentiate the process of the gasoline engine and the diesel engine. Sige nga, I would like to ask John Patrick. First, John Patrick, could you give me the similarity of the diesel engine and the gasoline engine based on my explanation kanina? What is the similarity?
Ang similar po sa dalawa is parehas po silang
Again, pareha silang
ang air po is parehas po napasok sa diesel engine tsaka sa gasoline engine po.
Okay, tama naman. Other than that, pareha silang 4-stroke, di ba? Parehas, air. Siguro yung air, hindi ko kayang i-accept na parehas yung air kasi hahaluan ng fuel yung air sa gasoline. So possible, hindi lang air yung papasok dun sa inlet. So I think air, yung sinabi mong unang situation is not acceptable. Kasi yung air hahaluan ng fuel eh. So hindi po pwede na air muna and fuel. No? So yung sinabi mo kanina sa inlet parehas air, mali yun ha, mali. Kasi again, sa gasoline, combination agad ng air and fuel. Hindi muna air, hindi sunod ang fuel. Sabay silang mag-enter. Okay, goods.
Okay po, noted.
Sige, ang una siguro is pareha silang 4-stroke. Pangalawa, cool. Tagalog yung explanation ko kanina. Sige, De Torres.
Parehas po silang nagko-compressor.
Yan. Very good. Pareha silang nagkakaroon ng compression stroke. Pareha silang may power stroke. At saka pareha silang may hindi, lahat naman may stroke, no? Lahat, sige. Lahat nako-compress. Other than that, kasi nasabi na natin 4-stroke nga eh. Silang.
Pareho po silang may inlet and outlet valve po.
Yan. Pareha silang may inlet and may outlet. No? Based on the design. Siguro ang pinakamagandang explanation, what is the similarity aside from pareha sila ng stroke kasi ang stroke kasi may suction, compression, power, and exhaust. Siguro ang another way on how to say the similarity is parehas po silang nakakapag-produce ng heat din. No? And do you think the efficiency of in terms of the efficiency, theoretically, which is more efficient, gasoline or diesel? O based dun sa mga sasakyan, based on the reality, sa mga nagsasasakyan, which is more efficient, diesel or gasoline?
Diesel po.
Diesel. Ano mas mahal, gasoline or diesel?
Gasoline.
Gasoline. Sir, Bakit mas efficient pa rin yung ano? Mas efficient pa rin yung diesel kaysa sa gasoline. Sabi nyo kanina, yung quality can create a great efficiency. Not all the time. No, not all scenarios. How could I say na mas efficient yung diesel kaysa sa gasoline? Una, ito pa, another term to differentiate the gasoline engine and the diesel engine. Mas efficient to kaysa sa gasoline. Una, kasi yung diesel engine, yung quality ng diesel engine is much good compared sa gasoline engine. Why? Kasi yung ating diesel engine is much combustible compared dito sa gasoline engine. I-imagine ninyo, yung diesel engine, pag hinaluan siya ng diesel at saka ng air doon sa inlet, and then kinumpress nyo siya, hindi siya magkakaroon ng combustion. So kailangan talaga, syempre 'di ba pag high quality siya, kapag kinumpress mo yung air doon sa engine at hinaluan mo ng diesel, since quality nga mas mataas yung diesel, kapag hinaluan mo kasi siya ng air, ng fuel, talagang sasabog yan without any device. Compared dito sa diesel, sa gasoline, na halimbawa, air lang siya. Air lang yung papasok sa cylinder. And then ngayon, yung air na pumasok, lagyan natin dito ng fuel injector. And then yung fuel injector is gasoline. Kapag yung gasoline is yung air, kinumpress natin dito, and then gasoline will mix sa air, hindi yan magko-combust. Hindi yan magkakaroon ng combustion. Kasi, ano nang tawag doon sa chemistry, yung chemical reaction nung gasoline is not applicable to compress the air. No? Kahit gaano kataas yung pressure and temperature niyan, hindi pa rin yan magkakaroon ng combustion. Unlike dito, yung quality niya sa diesel engine, yung diesel is talagang highly combustible talaga. Highly combustible. Hindi na kailangan ng any devices to produce spark with high pressure and high temperature. Makakapag-spark na yan. Makakapag-produce na yan ng combustion. Okay? Nagigets ninyo kung bakit hindi po pwedeng gamitin din hindi pa pwedeng gamitin ng fuel injector yung gasoline kasi hindi siya sasabog. Maliwanag, hindi magkakaroon niya ng combustion. Only in the diesel engine. Kaya may iba't ibang application yan. Hindi po pwedeng basta na yung design. Yan ay may mga quality din na kinukonsider sa chemistry. Maliwanag po.
Yes.
O alam niyo na kung bakit yung mga sasakyan, ang gasolina is gasoline. Kasi, ang may device doon na spark plug. No? Kaya, pwede ba na halimbawa, may spark plug yung sasakyan nyo, ang ilalagay yung fuel is diesel. Pwede ba yon? Di ba hindi? May na-encounter na ba kayo pag nagpapagasolina na example sa mga sasakyan ngayon, 4 wheels? Sa totoo naman talaga, halimbawa lang gasoline, ang pinagasolina, sabihin, ay, wala na po kasi akong pera, diesel muna. May gumanon ba? No? Di ba kahit walang pera o kahit wala kang pera, you have to sacrifice talaga na ang ipapagas pa rin natin is gasoline. No? May na-encounter na ba kayong ganun? Na halimbawa, ang pinapagasolina is gasoline, pero dahil nawala ng pera, diesel muna para mas mura. May ganun ba? May na-encounter kayong ganun? O same as diesel.
Wala po, sir.
Sabihin ni Kier, mayabang si Kier.
Po, sir.
Mayabang si Kier, diesel yung pinapagas ni Kier sa kanya sasakyan. Ay, marami akong ngayon pera. Sige, gasoline ngayon. Pwede bang ganon? Di ba hindi? No? So, ayun yung application. Yun yung reason. Bakit? Hindi po pwede na gumawa na lang tayo ng sariling desisyon na dahil mayaman tayo, sige gasoline. Dahil mahirap tayo, sige diesel. Again, nakadepende yan sa design ng ating sasakyan or ng ating engine. Maliwanag kung ano pinagkaiba ng diesel at saka ng gasoline engine. Hey, engineers.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Actually, nalaman ko lang yan Ganun pala yun. Nung college na din ako. Nung high school, hindi ko pa rin alam na, okay, kaya pala unleaded kasi ganun-ganon. Yun pala yun. Sige. Ngayon, proceed tayo with the operating characteristics of reciprocating internal combustion engine. For example, sabihin natin, yun nga, na-differentiate na natin yung diesel engine at saka gasoline engine. Siguro, mag-focus, sige, example natin is gasoline engine. Halimbawa, gasoline. Kasi same lang naman sila ng design, di ka? Pinagkaiba lang is yung air that is being, yung working fluid that is being enter in the engine and yung device na gagamitin. So, sige, sa engine parameters, ito yung mga i-consider natin for our computations. For the bore, this is the inner diameter of the engine cylinder. Ito yung bore, no? Yan. Meaning to say, gusto ko mag-drawing para mas maintindihan na kayong mga estudyante. Isa-isayin natin. Mas maganda yung ako nagdo-drawing. Halimbawa, itong cylinder. O pagpasansyahan nyo na yung drawing ko, ha? Ang bore natin na tinatawag dyan is yung diameter ng ating engine. Maliwanag. Ganun lang kasimple. Diameter ng engine. Goods po. Hey. Engineers. Sagot kayo.
Yes po.
Yes po.
Okay. Ano yung top dead center? It is the topmost position of piston inside the cylinder. So ngayon, di ba? Yung kanina may piston tayo. So yung top dead center, ano to yan? Nandito. It is the distance traveled nung piston at the topmost sections of the cylinder. Hindi po pwede na kayo yung magsiset nung top dead center ng piston. Yung topmost position ng piston. Sir, bakit po hindi sinasagad? Sige, isagad mo. Saan mo ilalagay yung Saan mo ilalagay yung air and fuel dito? No? So, kaya meron niyang hanggang dito lang kasi yung compressed air and fuel, syempre lalagyan mo din ng space, no? Kaya hanggang dito lang yung ating top dead center. Again, it is the piston, it is where the piston located at the top most area in the engine or in the cylinder. Maliwanag sa top dead center, engineers?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Bottom dead center, it is the bottommost position of the piston inside the cylinder. So, paano? Halimbawa, ganito naman yung sa bottom dead center. Piston. So, ngayon, syempre, yung piston natin is located at the lowermost area of the cylinder. Kung dito is the top dead center, and then dito is the bottom dead center. Maliwanag po pagdating sa bottom dead center? Engineers,
Yes po.
sagot kayo kasi may mga students pa rin ako hindi yan maiintindihan. Kaya I'm just asking. Kabahan kayo pag ako hindi nagtanong, ha? Kaya kayo sumagot. Pag ako hindi nagtanong, kabahan na kayo dire-diretso to. Maintindihan man yan or hindi. Kaya the reason why I'm asking para makita ko talaga naiintindihan. O stroke, it is the distance through which the piston moves from the TDC to BDC or BDC to PDC. Ano ba yung stroke? Ito daw yung distance that is being traveled from the bottom dead center to the top dead center. For example, ito. Yung first stroke natin is that. Ano ang first stroke? Yung air, di ba, will enter. Example, for the diesel engine, air will enter at the inlet valve. Siyempre, yung ating piston is located at the bottom dead center. Tama ga ako? Pag pumasok yung air sa diesel engine, saan located ang piston? Saan makikita ang piston?
Dead center po.
Sa bottom dead center. Ngayon, halimbawa i-compress ko na. Anong tawag sa stroke na ito? 'Di ba ang tawag dito is suction stroke. O ngayon, punta tayo second one. Ngayon, na-feel na tong air ng diesel engine. Gusto ko ngayon siyang i-compress. So, syempre, kapag kinompress ko yung aking air, yung piston will move upward. No? Tama ba ako?
Yes po.
Compression stroke. So ngayon, ang stroke daw is the distance that is being traveled from the bottom dead center to the top dead center. That means this one is the stroke. Maliwanag po?
Yes.
Yes po.
Okay. Sige. Clearance volume, it is the space, again na, from the bottom dead center to the top dead center or top dead center to the bottom dead center. Stroke pa din yan. Clearance volume is the spaces or volume between the top dead center and the cylinder head. Ang cylinder head natin, syempre, head nga nasa taas yan. Example, this one is the cylinder head. Ang clearance volume natin is ito. Ito yung na-compress nating air and fuel. Maliwanag? Ganun lang kasimple. Okay guys?
Yes po.
Yeah. If you have questions, try to speak. May question? Feel ko may nag-raise na nga. Wala. Sige. Next one. Clearance volume, swept volume. Sabi dito, swept volume or volume displacement is the volume that piston displaces or sweeps as it moves from the bottom dead center to the top dead center or the bottom dead center to the top dead center. So balik tayo dito sa drawing ko kanina. So meaning to say, no, itong stroke that is being traveled from the bottom dead center to the top dead center. Halimbawa, nandito yung piston. Example, lalagay ko dito yung piston sa top dead center. Ito pala yung tinatawag dating VD. No, ito ay DC. Maliwanag kung saan malolocate yung ating volume displacement.
Yes po, sir.
It is the space where the bottom dead center and the top dead center is being traveled. Yan yung ating napakagandang example nito. Volume display, clearance volume and volume displacement. The next one, cylinder capacity. It is equal to swept volume of cylinder times the number of cylinder. It is also known as the cubic capacity of engine. Again, it depends on the number of cylinder. Ita-times lang natin sa VD. For example, ang VE can be determined, wala siya sa ating drawing, siya ay the number of the cylinder times VD. Okay. Pero yun din naman yun. Parang VD lang, times lang ng, kung halimbawa 4 ang number of cylinders, o di times lang natin sa VD, yun yung tinatawag na cubic capacity of engine. Kumbaga yung capacity na possible, basta yun yung capacity ng engine. Kung ilan yung capacity ng engine sa kada cylinder. The next one is the compression ratio. It is the ratio of, it is RT. It is the ratio of the maximum cylinder volume when piston is at the bottom dead center to the minimum cylinder volume when the piston is at the TDC. Baliktad. Pag maximum cylinder volume, bottom dead center, and the minimum cylinder when the piston is at the top dead center. Tama ba? Anong mas mataas? Minimum volume. Saan ang TDC? Maximum volume or minimum volume? Guys, sige nga kung naiintindihan yung application ng engine. Saan ang minimum volume? TDC or saan siya applicable? Sa maximum volume or sa minimum volume? Anyone?
Minimum po.
Minimum. Bakit minimum?
Nag-compress na po kasi mas lumiit po yung volume.
Very good. No? Diba, nandito yung top dead center. Siyempre, yung volume natin sa cylinder maliit na. Unlike sa bottom dead center, kapag yung cylinder nandito, diba yung space ng volume niya dito sa cylinder is at the maximum level pa. Maliwanag po. Goods.
Yes po, sir.
So, yun yung compression ratio natin. Ang compression ratio lang natin is the ratio of the maximum cylinder, which is VD, over the minimum volume, which is VC. Maximum. Ano bang maximum? Maximum volume. Maximum volume is BDC. VD over VC. Tama ka to? VD over VC? Compression ratio?
Yes po, sir.
Yan. Goods. Next one is the mean piston speed. It is often used to as appropriate parameter that crankshaft rotational speed for correlation engine behavior as function as ito ay may ganta ha. U is equals to 2SN where S natin is equal to S2A. A is the crank offset and N is the turning speed in terms of RPM. Kumbaga, ito yung speed, yung average speed na ginagawa ng isang engine in order to produce combustion. Note that the piston speed of all engine will normally be in the range of 5 to 15 meter per second or 15 to 50 feet per second. Okay? Kumbaga, piston speed, ito yung speed ng piston, average speed ng piston in order to produce power or to have a combustion. Question, in terms of the parameters. Question ba kayo? Naiintindihan yung engine parameters, engineers?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po.
Ulitin ko ha. Kapag ang piston is nandito pa, so ang tawag dyan is the bottom dead center. If the piston is located at the top dead center, ang tawag dyan is, if the piston is located at the top, ang tawag dyan is the top dead center. Ang bore is the inner diameter or the diameter of the engine. This one is the inlet. Siyempre naman, inlet manifold. Siyempre dito, pag may inlet manifold, may valve. On the other hand, siyempre, kapag may inlet, may exhaust manifold and may exhaust valve. So ngayon, kapag yung piston natin ay na-reach niya yung topmost position, ang tawag dito sa volume na to is the clearance volume. And yung stroke is the distance that is being traveled from the bottom dead center to the top dead center. Ngayon, kung may stroke dito, so meaning to say, ito yung tinatawag nating volume displacement. So ganun lang naman yung mga dapat nating tandaan pagdating sa engine parameters. Do you have questions regarding sa engine parameters?
Wala naman po.
Wala pa naman po, sir.
Naiintindihan?
Yes po.
Yes
sir.
po.
So makakasagot ng application ng terms and makakasagot ng application ha. Again ha, kung mapapansin nyo, hindi ko lahat sinusulat yung aking mga sinasabi. So you have to take note of that. Kasi again, ididepende ko kung talaga naiintindihan ng mga estudyante ko based on my explanation. That's why I'm just asking each one of you if naiintindihan nyo yung aking mga sinasabi. So another notes to be remembered that the bore size of engine ranges from 0.5 meter to 0.5 centimeter or 20 inches to 2 inches. But right now, I think ito naman is applicable for the 4-stroke engine. Pero depende. Nakadepende yung bore size sa application ng engine. Siyempre pag mga marine engine, so iba na yung magiging bore size. Siguro, sinasabi lang nito is under the 4-stroke engine. So the ratio of the bore to stroke for small engine is usually 0.8 to 1.2. An engine with bore is equals to stroke is often called a square engine. If stroke is longer than the bore diameter, the engine is under square. Malamang. Very large engine are always under square with stroke length up to 4 times bore diameter. In the industry, take note of this one. Kadalasan, ang ginagamit ng mga yan is either a large engine or under square and square engine. Ano po ba yung pinagkaiba ng tatlo? No, kapag mas malaki yung stroke, pag ito pala, sorry may drawing, yan, goods, buti may drawing ako. Kapag mas malaki yung bore, kapag mas malaki yung stroke sa bore, ang tawag sa kanya is short stroke or over square. Mali yung drawing, no? Halimbawa, kapag yung bore ay equal sa stroke, ang tawag dyan is square stroke. Kapag malaki yung stroke, kaysa sa bore dito, so ang tawag sa kanya is long stroke or under square. Ano lang kasimple. Pag mas mataas ang bore sa stroke, ang tawag sa kanya, pag mataas ang bore sa stroke, ang tawag sa kanya, ano nga pag mas mataas ang bore sa stroke? Anong tawag?
Over square.
Again?
Over square.
Under, no? Pero kapag mas, hindi, tama
Over.
ba?
Over, sir.
Pag mataas, ang tanong ko kasi, pag mas mataas ang bore sa stroke, anong tawag sa kanya?
Over po. Over square.
Over.
Over square. Kapag mas mataas, ang stroke naman sa bore is under square. Kapag equal yung bore sa stroke is square edging. So ngayon, let's start to have computations, no, for the typical operating parameters. So the distance between the crank and the wrist pin axis is given, ito ay ganito, is S is equals to A cosine theta plus R squared minus A squared R sine theta squared theta, where S is differentiated with respect, where S is the distance that is being traveled from the crank axis and wrist pin. Yung A natin is the crank offset. Ang R is, ano nga yung R? Ang ang A is the crank offset, yung R is the piston's position. Yung position ng pistons or the distance of the positions. Ayan na. So through that, makocompute nyo na position ng piston rod rather. Position ng piston rod. Example, nandere yung crankshaft, nandere yung crank. May connecting rod tayo na papaganto. So ang R dyan is ito. Yung position ng connecting rod from the crankshaft to the piston. Yan. Yung piston, ito yung R natin, which is kadalasan ginigiven naman yan. When S is differentiated with respect to time, the instantaneous speed divided by the average piston speed is UP is equals to ds over dt. So, to sum up, ang formula niyan is ito ha. Ito is may ganito pa. Yun yung UP. Yung 2SN is the average piston speed over the average piston speed is equals to 5 over 2 sine times the quantity of 1 plus ito is the cosine theta all over r squared minus sine squared theta. I have to confirm lang siguro. Nakalimutan ko yung r squared kung anong ibig sabihin. No? Basta ikaw, mamaya, makikita naman natin kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng r na malaki. Goods? Next one. Yan. Where r is the ratio of the connecting rod length to crank offset and usually has the values to 3 to 4 for small engine, increasing to 5 to 10 for the largest engine. So, kadalasan naman, binibigay yung ating crank offset, binibigay yung the length of the connecting rod and then binibigay din naman yung crank offset. So, madedetermine naman natin yung R. If that happens na hindi ibinigay itong dalawang ito, and you cannot determine the value of the capital R, ididepende natin doon sa type of the engine. Example, siya ay small engine, possible 3 to 4. Pwede natin gamitin 3 or 4. Pero pag large engine, 5 to 10. So basically, magsiset na lang kayo ng standard. Ano ba yung gagamitin yung R or ratio noong connecting rod length to crank offset. Okay? For the displacement volume, yun nga, ang VD natin is the volume of the bottom dead center to the top dead center. So, ano mas malaki? Bottom dead center or top dead center? Anong mas malaking value? Anong mas malaking volume? Engineers.
Bottom dead po, sir.
Bottom dead po.
Again, top dead center or bottom dead center?
Bottom dead.
Bottom dead center.
Bottom po.
Dead center.
Bottom
No?
po.
Kaya mas una, yung bottom dead center will to be subtracted to the top dead center. Again, yung piston nga, pag located at the top dead center, yung space ng cylinder is much higher compared kapag kinumpress na natin siya. For one cylinder, ang formula na gagamitin natin in determining the volume displacement is VD is equals to 5 over 2 B squared times yung S natin. Again, yung B is yung bore and then yung S natin is itong 2 times A. Okay? And for engine, considering the end cylinder, ang magiging formula niya is 5 over 2 B squared times S times N. Okay, tatimsan lang natin ang N kapag kino-consider na natin yung ating speed. No. And for the cylinder volume at any crank angle, halimbawa, what is the cylinder volume at any crank angle? No. So, VC, yung ating clearance volume, plus 5B squared over 4 times the quantity of R plus A, ito ay maliit na S. Maliit tong S, no? R plus A minus maliit na S. Which is, yung S natin is, ano nga yung S natin? Maliit. Paano nga natin makukompute yung S? Ay, malaking S pala siya. Malaking S. Sorry. Malaking S to. Which is, ang S is to be computed as 2A. And, for the cross-sectional area of the cylinder and the surface area of a flat top piston is AP, which is 5 over 4B squared. So the combustion chamber surface area is ACB plus AP plus 5B plus R plus A minus S. Where if the definitions of R, A, and S and R are used, the equation must be written in order to get the combustion chamber surface area, ACB plus 5B squared over 2 times the quantity of A, R plus 1 minus 1 cosine theta minus R squared minus sine squared theta. Itong ACB is kadalasan binibigay naman to sa given, no? And note the minimum volume occurs when piston is the top dead center and it's so-called the clearance volume nga. So ang VCB natin is equal sa the volume of the top dead center. Sadya naman. The volume of the bottom dead center is equals to VC plus VD. No. Therefore, the compression ratio of engine is to be computed as the volume of the bottom dead center all over the top dead center. Kaya, di ba, ang bottom dead center natin is VC plus VD over V ng top dead center. Alam naman na yan. Kaya, alam naman natin that the VTD is equal din sa volume ng clearance volume. Kaya nakapag-come up tayo that RK is equal to VC plus VD over VC or VC plus VD over VTDC. Okay? Please give me 1 minute. I have to uminom ng tubig. Saglit lang. Saglit lang ha, pinapatawag lang ako ng department. Give me 1 minute ha. Saglit.